maybe?
Yes, you can attempt to disengage. You're only engaged with one enemy, so it's a flat 1d20.
I'm gonna try.
That is a failure. You lose your move action.
Yeah.
Blasted in the face.
Yeah, I'm gonna spark it.
Yeah.
Zap that nose. Zap that nose.
All right. That is a hit.
That's a very nice hit.
That is a hit, yes. Don't you move yet. I told you not to freaking move.
He's so excited. Fight him.
Dog.
Damage the wounded wolf so it pounces you and eats you. Oh.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Interrupt action, on hit, eat.
All right. Thomas, it is your turn. You're currently prone. It'll take a move action to stand up.
Yeah, let's just
Shall come on.
let's stand up.
All
No,
right.
maybe
Get up and rally. Or...
Maybe you want to assess the situation.
Yeah. No, get up and ready.
Okay. Go for it.
It's 5 points. Fine.
Better than
Okay.
nothing.
Dwohurim's turn.
So on one hand, if I go forward and I still have my, my color spray,
Yes.
but that's like,
Yeah, and it is escalation 4, so it can be cast at will.
yeah, but it like there's not that much difference in the damage. So like
You'd-
2 points,
You'd be able to target multiple targets, possibly.
and I will make myself like such a fucking target.
But there's still
I
a
want
druid.
to-
There's still a druid to deal with.
Yeah, this is a fucking druid. That's true. Fuck you, druids.
Now
Okay,
release
well.
all your colours.
All the colors.
Let's see how many enemies
What's
you
the
target.
bonus? I have 5 plus 4. That is 9 bonus.
1d4.
Yes. Yeah, let's see how many enemies you target.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing. 1d4.
Okay. So the dire wolf and the normal
is there
wolf?
any other small ones wounded?
No.
All right. Well, then it doesn't really matter which one. D
Okay.
and dire wolf, and that's a 20 to hit,
Yes, go ahead and roll a separate attack roll for the smaller wolf.
and then we will have a 19.
Those both hit.
All right. Then they take on 16. 10. I'll take it.
Okay.
10 points of psychic damage, and if they has 10 or less, then they're also weakened.
Neither the dire wolf nor wolf D are at 10 or fewer.
I expected that. Yeah.
Leon, it's your turn.
Save the day.
Assess.
Please.
Finish the fight.
I shall assess the situation by trying to chaos bolt the direwolf.
That's
Okay.
not how that works. That's not how any of this works.
Yes, it is. Versus physical defense. Nope.
You
As a thump.
try that again.
Again.
No, that's also not good
Well,
enough.
you know the difference, though, sheep? 1 point of damage as a result.
That's right. You have dealt 1 point of damage to the dire wolf.
Anything? No. No. Not back here, you.
The escalation die goes up to 5. Tempus, make a death save for me. This is a 1d20.
Tempus.
We're looking for a 16 or higher. Okay, that is your first failed death save.
This door is looking right at you.
Sorry, I had
We'll
a
find
distraction
out
there.
what's inside of you.
Okay, so let's see here. The wolf. Which one is that? C? Alright. Well, he looks behind and realizes, wait a minute, the fuck is this shit? It just put his ass down!
No, come at me, Wolf.
Miss.
Miss.
Wolf D looks over at the wizard. The fuck is this shit? Misses completely.
Take one wolf I can deal with.
No pack attack hacks.
You can deal with it.
Yeah.
Perfect. I'll leave you alone.
Yes, you've divided. They're not that intelligent. They're just too distracted by all the carnage and the severe anger of the spirits.
Is a lot of carnage.
The dire wolf stares down at Fargus
Nice talking.
and hits you for 18
That's
points of
nice.
damage.
1 hit point.
1 point.
You can take a whole hit more. Don't worry.
You'll consume one of their turns, man. That's what
It can't have many hit points now.
Of course, but I'm still gonna try to disengage it.
We can
Alright.
kill it before you
Would you like to poke it on the nose?
Roll 1d.
sap it first, just to.
Yeah, it's still ranged, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. No, but it was just then you wouldn't have to disengage if you.
Go ahead and roll it. 1d20.
Yeah.
18 damage.
Oh.
That is a failure.
Then spark. Bad dog.
Alright. That is a hit.
8
Okay.
damage. Please die.
It is not dead. It's close to having a quarter of its life left, though. I'll give you that much.
Okay.
It's close to almost not being dead.
Thomas, it's your turn.
I'll do a disengage check.
Alright.
That's a recovery. That's the right button.
There
we
you
go.
go.
Good recovery. Yeah.
There you go. That's a successful disengage.
Engage with the big wolf.
Okay.
Smack it.
So you disengage to engage.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is focus firing.
That is a miss, so you deal 1 point
Wait,
of
that?
damage.
Didn't you forget the escalation die?
The escalation die is not in there. My macro is not correct.
So that's a 15?
It's a 15.
Anyway,
That's
but-
still a miss.
Yeah. Okay.
1 point of damage. Got it. Dwohurim.
All right, well, quick action. Try to shock and grasp this thing.
Alright, shocking grasp. First
First
time
time
used.
ever.
But you do avoid hugging things.
Ah,
That
Did you add
is against...
escalation?
is that that's against physical defense?
And that has a +5 on it from escalation.
No, I think that's incorporated.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is a miss then. You'll take 1 point of damage from the feedback.
Damn it.
It's your level, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then we'll try to disengage.
Okay.
So quick action done. Move action.
That's a success.
All right.
Well, that's part of your movement.
And yeah, you can
Yeah.
move normally. And then
And
a
then,
standard
then I'll
action.
magic missile the direwolf.
Okay.
For 3 damage.
It's it is under a quarter of its life now.
Woo.
Leon, it's your turn.
Kill it!
Well, I also need to get closer, and I'm not standing there.
Right.
So, you know, this seems logical to me. I'm going to do another Chaos Bolt against the direwolf.
That is a hit.
Once again, no evens.
Just gypped here.
7 points of some damage. I'll find out which in a second.
Alright.
7 points of fire damage.
Okay.
As the druid loves the fire damage.
Actually, it's death by 1,000 cuts to both parties.
Okay.
And I will do nothing else.
Escalation die goes up to its maximum of 6.
The fight is at its hottest.
Tempus, go ahead and make... No, that's your second failed death save.
I would like to
What's up?
tell Tempus to get the fuck up, spending 2 command points.
All
He may
right.
spend a free rally. If he may rally as a free action that way.
So he's already used a rally. Does he?
He has to make a save. Yeah.
Yes, you have to roll a normal save now. Just say one. That's a success then. You may rally for free, so go ahead and spend one of your recoveries and roll your recovery dice.
Thomas is tapping into the points here he got through basically direct divine intervention.
I spend 2 recoveries?
No, just one. You're at 10 hit points now. Because the
Wait, I
negative
went
is
from
ignored.
-9? Oh, okay.
Yes. The negative is ignored when you receive healing. The negative is only there to ascertain how close you are to death, like if something else hits you while you're down.
But I don't know if you keep your other actions for this turn.
No, he wouldn't.
Just saying, Sheep. I like how you literally just said, you're tapping into divine intervention here.
Well,
Okay.
not exactly, but yeah.
Alright. Wolf 11, since you've decided now to engage the direwolf, will utilize pack attacks as he fucking like comes after like Thomas. Like, God damn it, you get back here, I'm gonna fucking bite you. That's holy shit again. It's either 1s or 20s
Bye!
for these dice.
You're out.
That is 14 points of damage. That puts you back down to the negatives.
Jesus.
Because if you're going out,
Wolves, man.
you're going out with a crit.
Glad I didn't attack that druid, so this would be my fault.
The Wolf D here, he isn't too fucking, you know, like
Even I don't see this as your fault, so...
even like too brighter too brighter committed. I'm gonna have him continue to pursue Hiram.
Excellent.
That will be a hit for 5 points of damage.
You're still alive. You're fine.
Well, yes. I'm still alive. That's certainly true.
You haven't gone down yet.
Will
Now,
I still be alive? I
No.
won't.
now I just want to note the stakes here. Well, I'm not gonna have you folks like die in this situation because these aren't named villains. And that's my attitude that I know I conveyed at one point. That being said, 18 points of damage on Fargus would definitely be enough to put him in a completely out of commission, would be killed if this were a named villain situation. So if all of you go down to horrific hit points, we get to explore the situation where you're like captured by druids or something.
Hate druids.
That's
Put us in their arena and watch us fight to the death.
This could be fun. Let's proceed.
No, let's kill them all.
That does put Fargus down, not to
Fargus,
dead,
no.
but to, he won't be participating anymore this fight, and he's gonna really be feeling that for a long time.
He's gonna wake up. He's gonna wake up with his head hurting in the morning.
Because at negative 17, that's below the half threshold that's required for death. So, thankfully, because the dire wolf is not a named villain, you're not dead.
So tell us how conflicted you are about this druid.
I fucking hate this forest now.
Yeah, he's a dick.
I
The
understand the
And
dwarf now.
I'll go ahead and
completely agree.
completely remove Fargus from initiative.
This is
God.
not how we handle things in the north, I tell you that.
I will roll the Death Door recovery for, or rather a save attempt for Thomas. That's a failure. Dwohurim.
And I'm gonna die anyway if I don't do this. So let's try to quick action, quick thing, shock this beast.
Okay. That is
Hit.
most certainly a hit.
Also, I'll empower it.
Okay.
Why the hell not?
Absolutely.
4 damage.
4 damage. That is staggered.
Yeah, and then I will also be able to pop for free.
Okay.
Therefore, you run for your life.
You know, I was like, I guess we'll go over here and
You know.
how you gotta kill that damn dire wolf.
so- You
Well,
want
I
to-
mean, like, a suggestion here is, like,
Yeah.
you still have color spray, so you can, like,
I
because you...
don't have color spray.
Didn't you use that when the escalation die was 4?
You still even.
Oh,
You did.
I
Yeah,
did.
you did.
You
Oh
did.
yeah, I was looking
Yeah.
at the rounds. Sure, I'll go here, and then I guess I could color spray the wolf dire wolf combination.
Okay.
You'll be happy to know then if that wolf comes after again.
it's all of them except
Yep.
there's only 2. So can I do 2 rolls against each? No,
No.
No.
works.
Good try, no dice.
All right. Well, I have an escalation die of 6.
Yes.
That is not very good.
That is not a hit.
I don't think I can get that low. Yeah, I must be. No, wait. I forgot my.
You
I
added
forgot all my things. Actually, I have plus.
intelligence, level,
Yeah,
information.
that's plus 5 to it.
Okay,
18.
that's against the dire wolf?
Yeah.
That's a hit.
Right, and the other one.
Yes.
I should remember that because I have it plus everything. That's the same roll.
That is a hit.
The wolf. All right, and they each take 2d8 worth of 10 psychic.
The dire wolf is under 10 hit points.
All right, so it's also weakened.
Yes, it is weakened.
And what he does is basically this direwolf doesn't know hate. It didn't know hate before. Now it does, and it hurts it so hard mentally because it cannot handle it. It doesn't even know how much it needs to die.
It's a -4 to its attack rolls and defenses. Leon?
I'm going to try and Chaos Bolt the direwolf again.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give if you can give me a convincing description, Manaki, and this is totally fitting. This direwolf only has 1 hit point left. So why don't you go ahead and give me something incredibly flavorful and dramatic about how Dwohurim is inspiring the situation, and the direwolf can die.
All right, fine. because he hates this fucking wolf. This wolf is not only is it a monstrous dire wolf that's eating all his friends and ruining his life, it is also the vessel of Axel, a druid for which he has an utmost hatred. A druid who just came before him that he tried once again to be polite and diplomatic, and the druid simply went on with his wanton slaughter. Right now, Dwohurim wants to basically, if he had a wish, he would burn down this entire forest to the ground and impale every single one of these druids' heads on spikes of the burnt trees. That is the images this wolf is currently being projected. He just kind of makes a psychic link with it and projects his consciousness into its, showing it simply like its thoughts are very primal, being a wolf and everything, and it just has this basically brain pop from the amount of well, different thoughts of terrible things that could happen to it.
All right, that does so.
It just collapses.
And the other wolves do end up scattering at the defeat of the dire wolf. This combat is over.
Fuckers.
Let's see, Thomas can spend recoveries as if he was at 0 hit points. And Fargus is essentially gonna... essentially, like Dirk has to, bandage him up. And even then, Fargus is very weakened. That was an attack that could very well have killed Fargus. Perhaps some of the powerful druid Ajax was within the direwolf long enough to, maybe spare Fargus's life. Perhaps he was just lucky. Perhaps the great stag intervened. Whatever the situation, Fargus is alive, but incredibly in bad straits as a result of that. Yeah. But I can go ahead and say right now, unless you choose to antagonize anyone else, this will be the final combat of the session.
Let's find that druid.
I'm gonna need to go and collapse. This might be an interesting moment if you guys are gonna continue.
We are. You folks have Foghaven to reach, so yes.
As the wolves run, they will have magic missiles flying after them. Gonna hurt them as much as possible.
Well, just on that note, as long as you guys are going, I do need to go to bed.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to let my character will just sort of power down and dismantle into this box.
Has he done that before?
No.
No.
No?
Oh, boy.
Wait, so could you describe it just a moment? While he's like, Fargus.
Okay, he's lying on the ground and he tries to get up, but he's getting very slow and lethargic, just struggling and everything. And eventually he just stops. And he stops for quite an agonizingly long time. There's not even any movements happening at all. Like, one of his eyes is open and the other is closed. They're not even flickering, nothing. Nothing is changing or moving. It looks as if even the hair is frozen solid. And all of a sudden, as a moment happens, things start popping out and start folding in on themselves. Not in a grotesque fashion where it's sucking them in. It looks as if everything is popping open and then just folding in on itself. First the fingers into the hands into the forearms, and it happens with the legs as well. And you see it fall to the knees, and these things all start folding up, folding in awkward angles. It looks as if the entire limbs would be snapping off as they all fold into each other, until you get a box similar in size to this. Something that fits in your hand and weighs about 1 kilogram.
Leon looks down at the box.
And,
about to pick up Fargus, looks at the box instead.
And have fun, because I don't need to know this, because I'm a box. So,
Bye, box.
Bye, Gryph.
see you
Take
guys.
care, Gryph.
Leon's going to look intently at the box for a moment.
Thomas will just go, I know I was unconscious for a while, but how did wolves do that?
What was the name of that druid?
Axel.
Ajax.
Ajax, sorry.
Ajax.
He's a fucker, I don't care.
Oh.
Yes. And Fargus doesn't know anything about Ajax. He hasn't heard his name. We had a roll for relationship dice there, so yeah, Fargus has got nothing.
Yeah.
He's one of the most influential druids I know of in the Wildwood. His ways are the ways of this forest and of the Archdruid. Now you've felt them yourself.
He's not a true druid. He's blinded by rage and anger.
He's a worthless beast, a murderer of many innocents.
I can see that now.
One of the
This-
reasons that this forest needs to be tamed.
This is not the way I was taught by my former druids.
The rest of the day passes in a blur. The tedium melting away in the rain and the clouds until you realize you're no longer in the forest. Ahead of you, lit by enchanted poles, lining the highway, is the sprawling town of Foghaven, and I'll actually go ahead and render that visible on the map as well, and I've already copied your tokens there to demonstrate the fact. It may take you some time to load, but that's alright, you don't need to see it immediately.
We're gonna take a look at that box thing, but basically bring it with us right now. We're here has other things to think about.
Yes. Yes. You can see dozens of people still out on the streets, flitting to and fro within the setting sun. Dirk heaves a sigh of relief. Finally, we've made it. He gives you a smile. I knew you He shakes his head. I knew you five were the dependable sort.
Grim nods and says, yes. Sadly, we seems to be the storm crows of this city, bringing dire news.
Yes. The merchant quickly produces 5 small leather pouches, tossing one to each of you, and then after a pause, tosses another one to Leon. Because there's only 4 of you toss. You'll find the agreed-upon payment therein. Your services are no longer required.
For you, perhaps, but the druid did say he wanted to either have us solve that murder of him for whatever reason, or he will attack this town.
Yes, a dreadfully serious business, which is why that you will no longer be traveling with me, quite frankly, as much as I appreciated your company, and as well as you guarding me.
Yes,
to really be
yes.
honest, you attracted a great deal of attention, and really, I don't want any of that in my life. So, I have an idea. There's a senate here who oversees Foghaven, led by a Carmilla Cabot. You probably can't get in to see her tonight, but I do recommend you seeing her in the morning and telling her of all these things. I'm sure she'll have wonderful recommendations. As a matter of fact, Dirk also produces a small envelope, which he flicks over at Leon. Here, a bonus for your service. Show this to the innkeep at the Rampant Badger. It's a well-reputed inn that caters to folks like you. And I'll actually go ahead and make that visible. It's actually at the town center.
Folks like us.
Yes.
Not sure I want to go to this place.
And with those last words, Dirk heads off down the highway, giving a final wave. He seems to be driving the horses pretty strong.
Bye!
He
I
seems
think
to
you gave
have
him that
had...
enchantment.
Yes. He
Well,
seems
it's
to
25
have had
gold,
his
right?
fill. Yes. Inside those bags, 25 gold pieces each. The payment
Enough.
as agreed.
Total money enough for a potion.
I need a bed and a warm meal and nothing else for a couple of days.
Looks at your crippled body. Looks at the cube. Looks at the crippled body. Looks at the cube.
I know,
Seems more interesting in the cube.
It's been pretty fucking interesting week for Leon, all things considered.
You know, this was not what Leon expected. Really.
We have 2 weeks then before the druids burn down another city in order to incorporate that land into the wood again as well.
Yeah, Thomas is only half listening to that comment, as he is already looking around the town, basically looking for chokeholds and high grounds and potential barricades, mumbling something about how he's done this before.
Foghaven.
Probably
you
not
know,
with a town quite that size.
you will raise an eyebrow as well as says, well then, glad to have you.
Right. Foghaven is a population of 4,700, mostly human. It does not have walls. It is a sprawling large town, sort of like built haphazardly here on the frontier, near the Wild Wood.
How much damage does Dwohurim, just with a look, think that 3 direwolves could do to it?
Well, you get enough peasants on the case, they kill them. But consider how like a direwolf would insta-kill any of those level 0 folks running around here.
You know, the town doesn't have walls, but 2 weeks is a long time.
That's 10 people per minute.
Yeah, we're not gonna be helping that guy.
All right.
Why would we be helping him? That's a terrible idea. We want to kill him.
I actually agree.
And to do so, well,
I don't think we will be able to convince him of that his ways are wrong.
we will go and we will warn the lady of this city of the attack.
I must find a healer. Fargus sort of grabs the nearest town person.
You are, like, quickly overwhelmed, like, excuse me, sir? Like, he tries to, like, unhand you, like, and seeing as how weakened you are, like...
Where is the healer in town?
Go! Like, leave me alone! Like, you know, like, scare people away from you.
Damn it!
I'm sure the innkeeper can tell us.
Probably.
I'll just be reconnecting to the map. I seem to have trouble loading it.
Okay.
In my case, it's just because there are hundreds of assets downloading at once.
It just takes a while.
There are,
That might be in turn then.
for the most part, they are, mostly tokens, but, yeah, it's not that much to say.
I'm getting there. Originally I was downloading like 1 per minute, now I'm downloading about 5 per minute.
A way I found of doing it is keeping the tokens actually in a folder and just dragging them onto the map as needed.
I wasn't even in the map, so...
That's not the fun bit.
I'm on my way.
I need all of those tokens, you don't understand.
He needs them on such demand in case we ever say we're going to kill the entire town.
Yeah, but then you can drag them down there. Yeah, I'll just wait then. I'm sure it'll be my turn soon.
Yes. Yeah, it'll be fine. You make your way to the Rampant Badger, a 2-story stone building with several stained glass windows. I thought about having you folks load this at the beginning. I was like, nah. Lively chatter heartily mingles with the rich aroma of good food. Stepping through the threshold, you have to squint your eyes. The entire building is brightly lit by magical candles and crystal chandeliers. The innkeeper, an old dwarf, accepts your note when you approach the bar. Oh, guests of Dirk, are you? Fantastic! Have you stayed with old Bjorn here before?
No,
Can't say I have.
Well, you 5 are in for a treat. You'll be staying in our best rooms, 13 through 16, on the 2nd floor. Soft woolen mattresses with fresh sheets and a lovely view of Full-Catch Bay. When the fog doesn't cover it, servants will draw you all a hot bath, and you'll have access to the finest eating this side of the Wild Wood. 2 meals each for you, courtesy of Dirk's Tab.
That's very generous of you. Do you know where a healer is in town? I'm kind of in a bad shape at the moment.
He looks you over and says, well, there is that old crazy woman down by the bay. I wouldn't recommend seeing her, though. You're walking around, you're talking, you'll be fine. Sleep it off in our beds, it'll be great.
Sure.
Well,
where are the rooms?
We know how to get right food. We'll get you something right up there just fine. And yes,
Thank you.
and for anyone who wishes, they can be directed. Of course, you servants will be drawing you hot baths for like each of your rooms.
Yeah,
And
that's it.
you're also offered, of course, 2 meals each from the menu. Obviously, something that you would eat tonight, and then something that you might eat later. And those are the options here, the specialties for the menu. None of those cost you any money, courtesy of Dirk's Tab.
Yes, I'm looking. Let's have steamed shrimp and mulberry tart.
Any of these hunted in the forest, perhaps?
But, as a matter of fact, some of them are, yes.
I'd like one of those. Raising demand and such. Gotta bring some money to the local hunters.